And good evening and welcome to Tuesday night HFD Footy podcast. I am King of the North. It is episode 69, the King's favourite number. I am joined by the Greek god, J. Crom, and the other Greek god, Johnny Carlton. There's Greeks everywhere. So how are we, boys?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Good. We've got a little message thing now on our King John Un. Mark Johnsy's got a new name for me, so yeah. Welcome to everybody in the chat. I can see Johnsy, Learn Bottle, Ree's in there, Toby's in there. G'day. J Crom's in there. There we go. You're in there. There we go.
Snuck in there, man.
Who else have we got? Is it Hancock? Chris C. Chris C's in there. But welcome everybody who is in the chat and everybody who is watching along. We do have a new chat feature on HFD, and the chats pop up, and the bubble pops up on the chats. So there we go.
Just saw one pop up.
Hey, there we go.
Very nice.
It is. Yep. Hang on.
Murder of the Crows. Let's go, John Z.
Johnny Carlton. There we go. So yeah, I'm just learning how to do it, guys. But we put that in so we can pop your chats up and yeah, all good.
How are we?
How are we doing? We having a good week so far? Have we recovered? Have we recovered from the disaster of the weekend?
Nah.
No, not at all.
Nah.
Well, it wasn't a disaster for me, man, but it was an interesting round of footy. A lot of upsets and good footy to watch.
Look, after our get together on Sunday, J. Crom, I'm now being called a Crows sympathiser, and
oh, really?
Oh yeah, I've got a couple of heaps from. Yeah, got told that I didn't support the Bulldogs at all, and I was on the Crows for the whole game. So yeah. So yeah, cop that after the weekend, but there we go.
Don't worry, mate. Chris is a Collingwood supervisor too. Don't worry.
He's an Essendon sympathiser. I've seen him with the scarf. So
mate, tell me about it. Anyways, I reckon let's get into it. Let's get into it, boys.
Oh, damn, swoops with the first blow.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. So are you, mate. So what are we talking?
Jeez.
There we go.
Is it lagging, boys? If Chris reckons it's lagging.
It's lagging.
We've got Chris C.
33 watching. 33 watching. Thank you guys for watching and coming in and watching. Welcome to our. It's a pretty big milestone, 69 episodes. So we've done well. But let's get into it. We're going to talk about the round, talk about the scores, whether you watched the game, what you thought of how your team went over the weekend. There was a few upsets. I, of course, went absolutely terrible with my tipping. So yeah, I'm going no good. And hang on, let's see what we got here.
What's happening, King?
I'm just having a look at the seeing what the chat bubble thing's doing. So yeah, so we'll have a look at the games. There was some, not really. Oh, probably there was some upsets. So we'll start with. Let's bring up the first game. It was the Swans and the Magpies, and it was the Swans with a victory at home. Very surprising. I thought Collingwood played well in the first two quarters, and they went all right in the third, but Sydney came home with a bang in that last quarter. It was 13-11, 89 to 12-14, 86, and Sydney pretty much ended Collingwood's season. I would have thought, maybe. What do you reckon, Johnny Carlton?
Are you going with me first?
Why not? Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. Yeah. Look, it was a very, very, very good game to watch. Actually, one of the good Friday nights. Actually, yeah. No, I thought Sydney responded well in the first quarter after that 100-point loss to Port Adelaide. I think that's what they needed to do. They needed to get on a fiery start. They did that, but then unfortunately Collingwood just got into gear. They kicked in. And yeah, it looked like Collingwood from then onwards to about 15 minutes left in the fourth. Collingwood took over the whole game. They were using the ball. Sydney couldn't even get it into their forward line. Collingwood's forward was just, their pressure was at elite. And yeah, Sydney just were in trouble. But yeah, as I said, King, look, a lot of teams have defended way too early this year. And we saw it again on Friday night. Collingwood just tried to defend with 15 minutes to go, and they let Sydney open the doors, and Sydney took full advantage of it.
Yep.
And they came through that door. They took the game on. And, Errol Goulden, he was quiet all night, but he got the match-winning goal. That's all that matters, to be honest. So
That's right.
Yeah, very cheer the red and the white. And Collingwood, we'll see you next year.
Exactly. Crom, what did you think of the game on Friday night?
Just a quick shout out to Chris Coyne. Thank you for the super chat, mate.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris Boyd.
But it was like Johnny Carlton said, it was a Friday night classic. It was a bit up and down. But they obviously tagged Nick Dacos. He didn't have much impact in this game. I think they had road bottom on him. But yeah, a lot of the stars had a quiet night. But he had, what was that, third quarter or last quarter? He just went off. He just won the game for Sydney, man. And, and was it a 50-metre penalty for Collingwood at the end? Well, I'll go 50-50 on that one, but I'll be salty if I was a Collingwood supporter for that one. So...
But you know what's funny with that, J. Crom? You know what's funny with that? I don't know if you remember. Did you watch Collingwood North Melbourne, where Collingwood did the exact same thing to North Melbourne? They ran over the mark.
That's right.
And it didn't get paid as well.
Yeah.
Mate, it bites you, mate. It bites you in the dark.
I don't know anyone in the chat if you agree or not. If it was a 50-metre penalty, it was you see him giving and you see him don't give him sometimes. So this time, unfortunately for Collingwood, it wasn't given. And it hasn't killed your season yet. I think there's still a mathematical chance there for you, I believe, but it's going to be difficult from here. So
And what do you make of Sydney boys? Are they the real deal? Have they needed those couple of losses to just give them a kick in the ass and get going, or what do you reckon?
I think they just needed to win on Friday. Pretty or ugly, whatever it was, they just needed the W to get their season sort of momentum back on track. But
Yep.
I'm not convinced that they can win the flag at the moment, no.
Look, I'm going to agree. I thought Dan Rampy was really huge for them back there. Once they get Papley, I think they're going to be back to their best. But as I said, they needed that win on Friday night. Doesn't matter if it was 1 point, 10 points. They just needed to win, and they got the job done. But I've told you earlier in the season, I don't think Sydney can play well in Melbourne. But we'll see that on Friday night against the Bombers. If they really want to know they're the real deal, they have to beat Essendon in Marvel. So, I don't know. 50-50 on the Swans this year. I think there's better teams that can win it this year, to be honest.
Yep. Should have won. Hate Isaac Heaney from Swoops. Chris Coyne, thanks for the super chat. My other little ninja chat has stopped working for a minute there. I don't know why. And what else have we got in the chat? We'll talk about the Bombers coming up. And Stealth says Collie Wobblers. There we go.
Yeah, good.
There we go. All right. Let's have a look at the next game. It was Johnny Carlton's second favourite team, the Lions, versus the Giants. And, the Giants just keep on coming, don't they? The Lions played well, had a really good lead in the first quarter. We watched along for this one, and it looked like that the Lions were just going to come out and go bang, and the Giants got an absolute spray in a quarter time and came out like a different team, and it was 13-4-82 to 8-16. 64, 16 behinds at Brisbane. There's a chink in the armour, and GWS are coming. So, what did you make of this, Jay Crom?
To be honest, I thought Brisbane would win this. GWS had their main ruckman out this game, so they had I'm not sure that the youngster playing against the Big O, or I'm not too sure. But, they stuck with Brisbane the whole game and then sort of went over on the top at the end. GWS seemed to be getting their football together at the right time. Big Hogan, mate, he's pretty much going to steal this Coleman at the moment, especially with Kerno's injury. So, it's sort of coming together for GWS. And, Toby Green is an influential player. He's doing well. Finn Callahan is a player there, man. And Tom Green's starting to play some good footy as well. And Whitfield's just a barometer back there. So, look out for GWS. They're one of the informed teams going into the finals, and knocking off Brisbane at the Gabba is always, especially when they're in form like that, is very impressive. So, GWS, the Orange Tsunami, I'm starting to get really impressed, and, they could be one to look out for in the finals.
That's true. Johnny Carlton, what did you make of your second favourite team? You thought they were gonna win?
Look, it's been very good the last 9 weeks, seeing them win in 9 in a row. I think a loss had to come sooner or later. I'm glad it's this week, and so they can beat Collingwood next week. But look, as I said, they came out firing Brisbane, 5-0 in the first quarter. But I don't know, something about GWS. They always let teams fly ahead in the first quarter, and then they make a miraculous comeback. And it happened in the second quarter. The Giants owned the second quarter, and from then the Giants owned the game. The Orange Tsunami, mate, it's live and well. They came into the Gabba, and the Gabba was washed. Brisbane had no answers. And as I said, what Jacom just said, they now have a Coleman medalist in their team. So, but look, they've been there before, the Giants. Everyone had hopes about them last year, but can they go the one extra step this year? We'll have to find out. But yeah, no, very impressive win by the Giants. And yeah, look, I don't think Brisbane should be worried at any point. I think it was just a game that had to lose, but I reckon they'll bounce back this week as well. So yeah, impressive from the Giants. And yeah, Brisbane, you guys have nothing to worry about. So
two rounds to go. Are they locked for top 4? You reckon?
No one's locked for finals except for Sydney at the
Nobody.
moment. So
yeah,
except for Sydney. So
do you agree with that, J. Crom?
Yeah, I mean, look, both teams could make the top 4, but yeah, it's so even there. I can see in the next couple of weeks a lot of shifting around and stuff like that. So no one's safe at the moment.
That's it. In the chat, Chris said that he's heading to the game. Which game are you heading to?
Collingwood, Brisbane.
Collingwood, Brisbane. Yep. Grand final flashbacks. Same. J-Mar's going as well. And Brisbane didn't kick straight. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 18. What was it? 16 behinds. So yeah, no, they'll turn things around. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. We will move on to the next game now. This one was they're saying that this was one of the best games of the season. Now
I watched this one.
Was it good?
Oh my god! Are you talking about the West Coast one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the game I was watching. Yeah.
So West Coast. Well, let's just say North Melbourne led for the whole game with about 18 seconds to go. And West Coast have come out of nowhere and gone bang 15-12, 102 to 14-13, 97 and stolen the game. It was an absolute robbery in the last 18 seconds of the game. Johnny Carlton, what have we got going on here? These bottom teams are just putting on absolute cracking games.
Well, as I said, I'm going to leave it all to Jay Crom because he watched this. I was watching the Brisbane game, but yeah, in the right eye, I saw it was. I was like, oh, North Melbourne got up to a good start. They were leading the whole game, and then I think West Coast came back and they drew. But then North Melbourne ran ahead with the win with the. They ran ahead with a margin as well, and I thought, I said from there, I was like, yeah, North have won it now. The Eagles came back, they drew. They put up a good fight, but unfortunately they just fell too short. And then I hear Oscar Allen scores the winner with 18 seconds to go. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Exactly.
I watched the mini and I was like, well, I was very excited. So yeah, and I went back, watched the little replay, and yeah, it was actually a cracking game. So unfortunately, it was on the same time as the Lions GWS. Unfortunately, so
yep.
I wish it was on a bit later. But yeah, no. West Coast very impressive. North Melbourne, look, they're both young teams, but it was just good to see the new young generation. You know, just the new young kids. And Harley Reid, mate, what a hanger! Mate, this kid's something special. I'm telling you. So he just needs to control his anger issues. But
he does.
Besides that, this kid's going to be a superstar. So
yep. No,
I'll leave it all to Jay Crom now. So
the thing about Harley Reid is I've watched him a few times now, and I've watched a few West Coast games, and when Elliot Yeo's got to follow him around the field to stop him getting in trouble, that's a massive problem. So yeah, so he's got to control himself. I know he's young, but yeah, he knows he's good, and yeah, he can get himself in big trouble. He's already had some suspensions already. J. Crom, give us the rundown for this one, and they are saying that it was almost one of the games of the year.
Yeah, it was, man. Like, to be honest, it ended like one of the games of the year. The whole match was pretty comfortable, looked like, for North Melbourne. Their main players were just dominating. Like, you know, LDU was looking great. Their Ruckman Xeri was just dominating the park. McKercher looked really good. Even Sheezel was, you know, making a big impact. And but it was sort of West Coast was just hanging around. And yeah, the last 5 minutes, man, it's sort of they just come home like Usain Bolt, man, and just I think it just looked like North Melbourne just fell asleep, and yeah, it was a cracking finish. The celebrations. I mean, if you're a West Coast fan, you know you got to be happy with that. So look, it was a fun game to watch. There was some skill errors, going on both teams, but like Johnny Carlton said, both young teams. But yeah, it was a cracking game in the end. That last quarter was very exciting, and yeah, they just stopped attacking North Melbourne. They had the game controlled, and they just let it go. And West Coast, Oscar Allen came up with a big one, and yeah, it was a good match to watch. And yeah, look, I think both teams have got exciting futures. If West Coast can hold on to Harley Reid, they can build around him. But yeah, North Melbourne, I feel like let this one slip. They should have won this game. So, but look, West Coast 2 in a row. Yeah, good on them. And yeah, so
they'll learn a lot of lessons from this year. North, I reckon. They've put some big scores on and lost, and their forward line's really good. Larky up the front, up in the forward line is unbelievable. So they've got so much potential. And they know how to score. So yeah, it's just a matter of silly mistakes can have cost them games. So yeah, we'll just have to see.
There's a few pundits out there, like ex-footy players or whatever. They reckon that North Melbourne in the next 10 years will win the most flags out of any club.
Wow.
What do you reckon?
Wow.
Well, you'll have to wait and see there. But as I said, it's crazy. Like the kids now, when you draft them, they have a speed and agility like no others. Like back in the 10 years ago when you drafted someone, you drafted them as a full forward. But now you see like 200 centimeters people on the wing. You see like tall forwards that can run down and chase down. Like these next generation's crazy. So as I said, it's if you have an early draft pick in these next couple of years, then you can go a fair way, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of draft,
and by the way, Cripper is staying where he is. All right, Gemwell, he is not moving to WA. He's staying in Carlton. So,
Swoops reckons West Coast getting beaten by 5 goals next weekend. Now, Johnny Carlton might actually agree with you there. So,
he's going Eagles to Carlton.
Anything could happen. So, you know what? West Coast North Melbourne has played in both thrillers this season. They have. And then also they've played in was it West Coast and Richmond or North and Richmond? And they were absolute rippers as well. We've had the most watch-along time for those 3 teams than any other team that we've watched along for. It's just crazy. So yeah. Zakal is in the chat. G'day, Zakal. GWS Giants, Sydney Swans, Brisbane Lions, Port Adelaide, Geelong, and Fremantle are the teams to play each other in the finals. You just don't know. There's still 2 weeks to go. So yeah, anything is possible. Bruce is, hang on. My chat is not playing.
He's North and he expects a 4-quarter loss. They've done this a lot this year. They have.
Yep.
There's a West Coast fan. Can Carlton make it into the top 8 from 2 games to go? We'll have to find out.
Yep.
Larky needs help down there with another forward, make a marking gun. He does. Larky can't do it all by himself. So
yep. Stealth is a West Coast fan as well, so congratulations to Stealth. And GT23's been with us for all the time. He's a massive West Coast fan, so yeah, it's good to see that these 2 teams have got some potential, and there we go. All right, let's have a look at the next game. Now, we went over to the West, and it was the Cats playing, or Fremantle playing the Cats, and unbelievably, and I tipped Fremantle because I thought they'd win at home, but the Cats just keep on coming. I don't know. I can't figure them out. Like they have a bad game, but I honestly can't believe where they are on the ladder. They go over to WA. Geelong 10-13-73 to Fremantle 9-8-62. It was a close game. It was a good game, but that last quarter, the Cats just run over the top of them. So yeah, good on the Cats for getting the victory. I'm very surprised that they're in the position they're in on the table, but it's the Cats. So, you've got to expect that, they keep on coming year in, year out. They're always in the 8. They're always they're always contenders. So, no matter what happens to them, at the beginning of the season, we were talking about how slow they were and they weren't even going to make the 8 and all this sort of stuff. Look at them. It's just unbelievable. J. Crom, what did you make of the Fremantle Dockers and Geelong Cats?
Yeah, I must admit I'm surprised as well, man. But look, you just gotta take your hat off to the list management, the coaching that goes on at Geelong, man. I reckon they've got a bottom 4 midfield, and they're just acting like a top 4 club. You know what I mean? And they just always seem to be relevant. They always seem to skip a rebuild and be consistently good. Yes, they got some good forwards. Yes, they got some good backmen, and they make it work, man. So it's impressive club that how they just keep on ticking and they keep on doing well. You hardly ever see them not in the finals or not thereabouts. So look, they went a big win over there to win over at the West against Fremantle, who are actually playing good. Or one of the teams are in the 8, so it's a very impressive win. And yeah, look, I'm surprised, and every time they lose, I said, yeah, they're done for now. They're going to start heading down the ladder. And they just seem to turn it around again and get important wins. So, I mean, watch out for Geelong, man. It's another team that do you want to face them in the finals? It's
no way. I wouldn't want it.
No. So, look, Fremantle, yeah, look, there's question marks now over them losing at home like that. I know it was a bit of a closer game, I believe, but... yeah, they had the players they should have won. They've got some good players. They play really well in the West. So, yeah, Fremantle, big questions over them, and just hats off to Geelong. They keep doing it.
They do. Johnny Carlton, what are you making of the Cats?
Yeah, look, I tipped Geelong. It was a late tip around, so I tipped the Cats. It's just funny. Like last week, I was watching Geelong Adelaide, and Adelaide should have beat Geelong last week. It was just crazy, and yeah, but I don't know, for some reason I thought Geelong was going to go over there, do it for Jeremy Cameron, and they did, and they started off fire Geelong. And yeah, it was a really good game. I watched it, all of it. It was a close game to the very end. And yeah, they held on. And to be honest, boys, I think Fremantle's the team that's going to drop out of the 8 this year. This was the game they had to win. I didn't see them winning another game for the rest of the year, to be honest.
Oh wow.
They're going up against GWS and Port Adelaide, 2 top 4 teams. If they can't beat Geelong in Freo, then I just don't think they can beat GWS and Port Adelaide. And I think they will be the team to drop out. Now, the team that comes in, it could be Carlton, could be Essendon, could be Collingwood, could be one of those teams, you know. But yeah, as I said, it's yeah. No, look, they had a good start, Freo. They were a very defensive team. They kept a lot of teams to a very score team, and as I said, 73 points is still very low too. But yeah, unfortunately, their second half of the season it wasn't as good as their first half of the season. So, as I said, they beat Sydney. Everyone thought they were the real deal, but the last 3 weeks after, I think against that Essendon loss, it's just really affected them. But the Cats, they're a couple of weeks ago, everyone was saying they're going to be out of the 8. Now everyone's saying they're going to be in the 8. Then last week they said, they can't even beat Adelaide. They're not going to play finals. And then they go over to Freo and beat Freo. Like, as I said, you can't underestimate the team, mate. It's 2 weeks to go, and I reckon they're going to be there. I reckon the Cats are going to play finals this year. So, yeah, as I said, what J. Crom said, I don't think you want to play Geelong in the 8 this year. But,
no. Yeah,
if you do play Geelong in the finals, you got to bring your very best.
You do.
So,
yep. Genwill said they're looking forward to the draft and picking up some talent as well. Bruce says, picked Geelong in my tipping, and they seem to like the dry conditions. So you're always going to get a dry conditions over in Perth. Flop mantle is Swoop's comment. I think Fife was out of the Freo side. Was he out? Was Fife out?
No, Fife was playing.
Fife was playing. Okay.
Yeah, Fife played.
Yeah. We don't want to face Geelong in the finals. Bring us the smoke. Hawks to beat the Cats at the Cattery. And Essendon got Sydney and Brisbane. They are done. It will be either us or Carlton. So there we go. Our next game. Now, I just want to say that, look, Johnny Carlton had a horrible weekend. And there was one game that was played over this weekend that would have put a smile on his face. And this was the one. It was Essendon versus the Gold Coast. Well, hang on a sec. What have I done there? No, we don't want that one. Where are we? What have I done there? Hang on, get that one. Oh no, hang on a sec. Sorry, I've jumped forward one. Let's go back one. D's. It was the D's versus the Power over at Adelaide Oval. And MCG, sorry. That's right, because there's no one there. MCG with under 20,000 people there again. Melbourne supporters, you are a disgrace. Once again. Your team lost by 2 points, and if you went to the game and supported your team, you would have probably got over the line. It was that close. Port Adelaide didn't play well. Melbourne, pressure was good. Attack was good. They were accurate. They played much better than Port Adelaide. But if you haven't got your 40, 50,000 people supporting you to help you out and get over the line, what hope have you got? And Port Adelaide got the chocolates. It was 7-11-53 to 7-9-51. Now, me and Chris C did the watch along for this one, and to be honest, it was hard to watch. It was like Port Adelaide played like superstars last week, and then come and played like that. Granted, Melbourne's pressure was immense, and it was good, and they really shut down Port Adelaide's run and everything. But just that, surely having Yordiades out, just that one player out, surely can't be what happens to Port. Like Port go that badly one week and then go so great the next. So they got the victory. A win's a win. They're in second place. What did you make of Port Adelaide, first of all, and Melbourne, Johnny Carlton?
Yeah, look, I wasn't watching this game. I was watching the other game. I was watching the Gold Coast and the Bombers game. But I was switching in. Yeah, look, no, Melbourne looked like they were in front the whole game. Yeah, like Cozzy Pickett was on fire. And look, Melbourne have nothing. Their season's over. They had nothing to lose. So it was very disappointing that their fans just didn't show up. I think this was their last home game, except for Collingwood in the last round. But I get it. It's cold in Melbourne, but still, you got to show up. If 20 more thousand people were there for the Melbourne and they helped Melbourne get over the line in the last 5 minutes,
yep,
you know, it would have been a different story. You know, game changer when you have your fans making the noise and you have your, you know, momentum. But yeah, it looked like Adelaide Oval. It just looked empty. Yeah, it was just crazy to see the MCG empty on a Saturday night. The D's fans just don't want to go to the games anymore.
And they've had 2 games there, and with the same result. No people turning up.
Yeah, against GWS and Port Adelaide. No, that's true. But you know, the funny thing is, I went on TikTok after the game and I saw Chris C post a video, and he goes, when Port Adelaide beat Melbourne, he goes, "Oh, we're making the finals. We're locked in." And I'm like, Chris C, if Port Adelaide lose their next 2 games, they can drop out of the 8. What do you mean? What do you mean we're locked into finals? You're not even locked into the finals yet, Chris C. So that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, as I said, Port Adelaide just got the win. If they lost that, then they would have been in trouble. But yeah, imagine going and beating Sydney by 112 points and then losing to Melbourne the following week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just but how they hang on, and just 2 points. So as I said, Melbourne should have done better, but just their fans were disappointing, and so were them in the fourth quarter. So
That's it. Now, did you see that message in the chat, J. Crom? Before I go to you, has the bear shaved his beard off?
I don't know.
No, don't tell me that.
That Gemmel's just said. I think it's urgent news, guys. Big Phil Thorpe is shaving his beard. Just in.
Well,
surely not the bear.
I'll have to check Twitter on that one, man. So I can't confirm that one. So
that's right. Yeah, don't believe that Tom Brown 7. So he's the dodgy Tom Brown. What did you make of Port Adelaide at Melbourne, J. Crom?
Unfortunately, I was watching this one because I was in the chat with you guys and I was paying out Ports. And, look, like you said before, King, it was a scrappy game. It wasn't the most thrilling game to watch. I actually didn't even watch the last quarter. I ended up watching Titanic with the missus because she wanted to hang out.
Fair enough.
So, but look, Port win by 2 points. Like JC said, they needed to win this one because the pressure would have been on in the next 2 games. Look, Port finding a bit of form as well coming into finals. Yes, it's a bit underwhelming. Win just by 2 points. They want to win a bit more comfortable, especially coming after that 100-point win against Sydney. So, but look, a win's a win. In the end of the day, confidence should be up for them for the upcoming showdown. So, look, Port, they should make the 8, but, anything can happen. If they get 2 heavy losses and, other results go the wrong way, they can find themselves out of the 8. So they need to at least win one more game. So, but they've got 2 tough games. They've got Adelaide, that's always tough. And obviously they've got to go to the West and play Freo. So, they're not out of the woods yet. Win's a win. And, about the crowd, I was amazed to see how many empty seats. It was just weird. Like I said, Saturday night, I don't think it was even raining. So, the Melbourne fans just don't show up when Melbourne's not playing well.
They don't, no. Pat the Tiger says hi in the chat. Swoops says the game against us will be all Pies fans, so there'll be a big... They turn up. Richmond and the Pies fans turn up every time. GT23, welcome in. Good to see you. Melbourne should play their home games at Junction Oval. And so they might get half a dozen people there. You never know. Chris C said it's Carlton's fault that they're now in jeopardy of not staying in the 8, which is true.
Yeah, always blaming Carlton, Chris C. Always blaming Carlton.
There we go. And Gemmel reckons, he's shaving it for a cause. Far out. Is he really? There we go.
Losing his powers.
MCG was like Adelaide Oval. What are you talking about, JC? 13 likes, 14 likes. 14 likes. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you for watching along. We are HFD Footy Podcast and just going through the games. And we'll be giving our tips out shortly, so stick around. Now, I'll go one step back and go back to where I was before. Johnny Carlton wasn't a happy camper, but when he seen this result, it put a smile on his face. And something that the Swoops and Johnny Carlton the only thing probably that Swoops and Johnny Carlton have got in common is that they both hate Essendon. So, it was a epic game, and the Gold Coast Suns finally get a win away from home at the expense of Essendon.
The streak is over.
And the streak is over. Gold Coast 13-9-87 to 12-14-86. After the siren kick, and it was nuts. The Essendon supporters just losing it at the end. And good to see for the other fans. But I'll go to J. Crom first. What did you make of it? And there we go. Has the curse now over?
Yeah, well, look, Gold Coast is first away win of the year, and it's against the Bombers. So, look, yeah, if you're a Bombers fan out there, your hearts will be shattering after that one. But yeah, obviously I didn't watch this game, so JC will tell you more about it. But I did. I was on TikTok and I seen this Essendon fan post a video of his last 2 minutes watching the game, and you could just see his whole world coming at end when Mac Andrews gets that goal after the siren. So
Yeah.
I felt a little bit bad for him, but football can be cruel, and look, it's just a game at the end of the day, but it is emotional, and people get upset, and it is what it is. But yeah, Bombers, heavy loss that one. That could be the season. So, but yeah, I'll give it to Johnny Carlton. He watched the game, and he'll tell you more about it.
That's it. Give us your give us your glorious moment.
Yeah, well, this game happened before Carlton, so I was really happy that
You were?
night. Hail Mac Daddy Andrew! Oh yes, the Mac Daddy. Oh mate, he made my night. I tell you. 3/4 time, the Bombers fans are going, we're making finals, we're back into September action, this and that. They're all going crazy, and then half an hour later, they're all on freaking Twitter and Facebook. Oh, we've done this for 20 years, another year without finals, count another 365 days, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, all right, we'll count it. It's all right. We were counting it 5 weeks ago, but anyways, yeah, the streak is over. The Gold Coast. This was the time I needed Gold Coast to win, and they did it for me. I was, thank you. I did not want to see this team in the finals this year. So, all hail Mac Daddy Andrew. What a game. Yeah, look, it was a really good game. The Bombers looked really good in some patches, though. I got to admit. They looked scary moving the ball, but the Gold Coast, they never stopped fighting. And, yeah, man, they put Mac Andrew forward, and he was a game changer. So, and, yeah, he had all the nerves. He put him away. He was the most confident guy, and then he shushed all the crowd, which was the best thing I ever saw. So, another year of the Bombers not making a final. So happy days. And
there we go. They just can't do it, can they?
Oh, I love it. So yeah, good end to a Saturday night for JC. So
crazy. Return of the Mac. Imagine supporting Essendon.
Imagine.
Oh dear, that was a great game. I don't think Bombers fans were furious after that loss. I see wherever they just felt numb. You would just feel numb. Yeah, just crazy. So, Mac the Goat Andrews, I love you, Mac Andrews. Essendon, the frauds, and other years and no finals win. So, crazy. There we go. And yeah, they can win. They can win at home, but they can't. They finally get one at home. Dimble was so happy. Finally, imagine the frustration of having your team that could not win at home, win away, and finally to get one. It'd be such relief to finally have it. So yeah. So there we go. All right. Well, let's tear the Band-Aid off. And the next game is our, not happy days for our friend Johnny Carlton. So yeah, here we go. I've been watching Hawthorn for probably 10 weeks now, and they are very impressive. They've been beating sides convincingly. Their pressure is immense. They hunt in packs. They are very good for a young side. And to do what they did to Carlton was not surprising to me, because I've seen what they do to teams, and they played normal. This is how Hawthorn play. But I just didn't think it was just going to be such a blowout, but it was. The injury toll, Johnny Carlton's going to talk about that, but 16-16, 112 to 5'8", 38. Massive injuries for Carlton. A lot of questions to be asked. I'm not going to go to Johnny Carlton first. I'll go to J Crom first because I want to know, where do we go? Where do we go from here? I still think they're going to make the top 8. I think they're going to be better than the Magpies. Sorry, Swoops. But J Crom, what did you make of Hawthorn, and what did you think of the injury toll that Carlton had to take?
I mean, I'm not sure why Curnow played this game. They took a risk there. Yeah, look, what can I say, man? Hawthorn, they just look really on. They look really on. They just sort of look like they weren't going to lose this game. They were just determined. Carlton just looked a bit lackluster. They just looked a little bit cooked, if you want to say, a bit worn. So concerning signs about the Blues there, but all credit goes to Hawthorn in this match. They did this against the Crows a couple of weeks ago, that second half against us, where we got absolutely demolished. I know Carlton had some injuries in that second half that made it worse. But yeah, look, the Blues, they'll be feeling this one, man. Big loss, and that shoots Hawthorn in the 8, and they're looking really good. And their next 2 games, you probably would say, are very winnable. So I don't think Hawthorn's the team going to drop out of the 8 for the Blues to make way. So, yeah, look, this is one of the biggest results of the weekend. It's a bit of a surprise. People were tipping Hawks because they would think it would be a close game, but no one would think it was going to be at this margin. So, yeah, look, Hawthorn, it's come together. They've come out of nowhere. No one expected them to make finals this year. Let's be real. They were still in a rebuild, and all credit goes to Sam Mitchell, who's putting this team together. Weedle looked fantastic. Weedle, how you say it. Yeah, Sicily commanded it from the back, and just their young players and their pressure that Hawthorn does is unbelievable. So, yeah, the Blues, they have to pick themselves up, and they have to pick themselves up quick, and they have to make sure they win probably their next 2. So, yeah, look, what can I say? I'll leave it to Johnny Carlton to talk about Carlton more, but look, Hawthorn look really good, and they look finals bound for sure.
Carlton the best. Welcome to the chat. Another Carlton supporter, and Johnny Carlton. Devastating, but is there a little bit of glimmer of hope?
Well, first of all, I think there was a miscommunication. I think King. I think last week you should have said Hawthorn by 60, not Carlton.
Well,
so
I was trying to get the team over the line, mate. So
look,
have to be positive. Put the positive vibes out there.
Yeah, look, I'll start with Hawthorn. Look what Jacob just said. I think Hawthorn was going to win this too. I wouldn't be surprised if Hawthorn won this. So I said Carlton could actually get beaten by Hawthorn, but not by this much. This was just too far. This was just embarrassing. Like going to the game with my old man. Last game we could attend together for the year because he's going away soon. So yeah, it was very important, very special. Heritage round, obviously. The person that I wanted to go with, he was the one that showed me my first Carlton game when I was 6 years old, talking about heritage, talking about the past. Like, he's the one that made me grow up into Carlton.
Yep.
Made me fall in love with Fev and Kuda and Judd and all those players. So, yeah, and I took him out to a game. Hopefully we was going to get the win for him. But, yeah, look, we got to the game and... mate, we got to the game and it was just, it's from the players were warming up. They didn't look at Hawthorn came out. There was a lot of supporters there, not going to lie. There was 85,000 there, so it was pretty good attendance.
Yep.
But, yeah, I said, my old man said to me, he goes, why is Charlie Curnow playing? And I said to him, I don't know. I know we want to win and I know we want to play finals, but at what cost, At what cost? And look, as I said, the Blues, I'm not going to lie, the Blues started out all right. Hawthorn kicked the first 2 goals. I'm like, oh, my God, here we go. But the Blues fought back. And then once that kick out in the middle, the 2 Blues boys crashed. One of them broke his collarbone. One of them did his hamstring. So from that injury caused two of the boys to be injured. And after that, it was just embarrassing, man. It was just embarrassing. And as I said, second quarter, we get there. Charlie Kerner had Zach Williams right in front of the goal. And, mate, Charlie Kerner looked like he was dancing with the stars, mate. He looked like he was dancing. And he took way too long. And it was just from then, it was selfish. It was no team effort first. It was just one way. So, and then those young little mighty Hawks, they played around with Carlton. They toyed them around. And I said to my dad, I go, I know we're losing this, but all I want to do is keep our top 8 spot because it'll give them a bit of confidence going into next week. All we needed to do was keep Hawthorn to under 65 points, and they couldn't even do that. And yeah, look, I've never left a Carlton game early. Like last time I remember was about 5 years ago, but 5 minutes into the fourth quarter when Hawthorn made the 8. I had to leave. I couldn't do it anymore. My dad was upset. I was upset, and it's a bit heartbreaking when your idol, the one that takes you all to the game, says he's giving up on your team. It's like it's sad. It's shock. Like probably you two. Like as I said, Jaycon his dad probably took him to the games when he was young. You know. Everyone, as I said, in this generation, their father always took him to the game and told him about the teams. But, yeah, it was just heartbreaking. And we deserved it. We played like absolute shithouse. Players getting 0 disposals. Have you ever heard of that? A whole player played a whole game and he got 0 disposals.
Wow, yeah.
Like,
that's insane.
That's insane.
It is.
And I for these Supercoach owners, how do you get 0 disposals but get 6 Supercoach points? Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. What do you do? Stay around on the ground and you get 6 Supercoach points? Like, But I came home. I was frustrated. I was this. And then 2 hours later, I'm in therapy with all the other Carlton fans. And then I hear, if Freo lose to GWS this week and Carlton beat West Coast, we're back in the 8. And then I started believing again like a goose. And I'm like, oh, my God, Carlton are going to play finals again. Well, I just said we're going to not make finals. And then 2 hours later, I'm like, oh, my God, Carlton going to make finals if Giants beat Freo. I'm a delusional Carlton fan. But that's, as I said, it's hard, mate. And the thing is, whenever they put on that heritage jersey again, they get the first memory with that is about we lost to Hawthorn by 74 points. So I hope they never put that shirt on ever again. So as I said, heartbreaking, deflated, and I'm going to be honest, Cripper deserves so much more.
He does. He does. He tried his heart out again, and just very disappointing for the boys. Sard injured as well.
Sard, Martin, Fogarty, Harry Mackay got injured.
Harry Mackay again, yep.
Yeah, so no Mackay, no Charlie this week. I don't know what our forward line's going to look like. Apparently they're thinking Jacob Wiedering full forward. Oh, please, God.
Jeez.
Jacob Wiedering full forward. Oh, God, this is a nightmare of dreams, mate, I tell you. No Charlie, no Harry, Sard, Martin, Fogarty, Shinkoda, like they're all... We have to make 7 forced changes. Imagine no one's getting dropped this week. Don't worry about getting dropped. Yeah. There's 7 changes already there with injuries.
You need you haven't got enough players to get on the field. So
yeah, no, you're not getting dropped this week. It doesn't matter if you got 0 disposals. You're still playing next week. That's the rule.
That's right. Exactly. All right, let's move on to the next game. Richmond versus St Kilda. This was pretty much expected. St Kilda 15-9-99 to Richmond 7-9-51. Richmond went all right and went with them in the first half, but St Kilda kicked away in the in the second quarter and the last quarter really put the hammer down. So Richmond are getting the first round pick and the wooden spoon. And St Kilda have had some good wins this season, so they've got a bit to work on. They did get flogged last week, but they've come back again this week. So what did you make of this one, J. Crom?
Obviously, I wasn't watching this irrelevant game because of the Crows, but both teams both struggling, even though Saints are above my team at the moment. But I don't like how St Kilda play with Ross anyway, so they're a hard watch for me. And obviously Richmond, they're just the bottom side. And, I just don't like this wooden spoon getting the number one draft pick. I reckon the bottom four should have a lottery for that number one. So I hope they change it in the future. It's sort of like a reward for coming last. But, for me, both teams. Richmond's heading towards a big rebuild. They might shift their big stars to get more picks in to help them get some picks. And the Saints, I don't know where they go. I just don't like Ross's style of play. And, so look, they get the win. They're probably looking forward to 2025 themselves.
Johnny Carlton, what do Saints do going into 2025 and Richmond? Big rebuild, new coach maybe? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm going to be short and sweet on this one. I didn't watch this game either. I was in therapy. Irrelevant game, like J. Crom just said. But the funny thing is this game got more than the Melbourne Port Adelaide game. So at least there was more fans there than the Melbourne Port Adelaide game. So that's the only positive. But as I said, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago. I think St Kilda need a big rebuild in the off season. I think they're just missing a little bit of elements. If they can get another gun midfielder to join that squad, another forward just to back up Max King. As I said, Richmond. Look, I heard Dusty's gone now. Baker wants to go to the WA. Bolton wants to go to WA. Rioli wants to go back home. All their old players, they want to finish off their season in another team, try to get some success before they retire.
Yep.
I think it's just a clean slate. Get rid of the coach, get rid of the coaching board, get rid of everyone that's been there the last 5-10 years. Start fresh, start the rebuild at the right time because you want to start it now before the Tassie Devils get in. So, as I said, it's if you're Richmond, just make sure you're clean slated this year and go into 2025 with a rebuild. Play the young kids now, the last two games. Play some new debutants, see what they're all about before you delist them. So, a relevant game, but we'll see both of them in 2025. So
that's it. And finally, let's move on to the last game. I did the watch along with J. Crom. It was the Adelaide Crows and the Bulldogs at Adelaide Oval, and far out, man. The Crows came to play. What is going on? And I've been accused of being an Adelaide Crows supporter now. So what is happening?
Man. I mean, what a win! You can say where's this been all year. It was the best team that we had fielded all year. So of the likes, we've had Phil Thorpe in there ranking at the same time. We had, obviously Matt Crouch back there, and our defence was there with Worrell and Murray. All these guys have been injured at different times, everything like that. So this is the first time we've had this group together, and look, it showed on the park. We played really well. It is also, it's frustrating, that it feels like we've thrown the season away. I did believe that we could have, had a crack to get into the finals this year at the start of the year, but obviously between injuries and luck and just, not playing well at the right time has caused Adelaide to be where they are. But look, I'm very optimistic about our future. I'm really happy with it. We're one of the youngest teams in the comp. I'm really happy with our young guns. I mean, Philly's only 21 and look at the size of the man. But we did a favour to the likes of Carlton, Collingwood and Essendon by beating the Doggies. Sort of gives another team down there to have a sniff to get out. yeah, look, I'm proud of my lads. Obviously, I'm just keen on 2025 now, and I'm hoping the boys have a good trade period and draft pick. I really hope we keep our first rounder because it's just littered with high potential midfielders this year in the draft. So I do believe we got one of them. We get one of them. I've got a couple in mind that I would love for them to get. So I heard Lukosius might be on the cards as well. I hope we don't give up too much for him. But, I'm optimistic about our future. I think we've got a good young squad coming together. So, look, we played well. I hope we finished well. I hope, obviously, we knock off Port this week and just finish the season strong. And, as Doggies' perspective, they're not safe now either. I think they've got to play GWS one of their games on their last day. I'm not sure they're playing this week. I think they've got an easy one this week. But, there you go. So, Doggies aren't safe either. But, I'm happy for the win. And, excited for the future for the Crows.
It is. 17-9-1-1-1 to 9-18-72. The Bulldogs couldn't kick straight, 18 behinds. And, Rochelle again, the Adelaide supporters hated most man, went well. Rankin back in the side.
Man, I've never hated Rochelle.
Well, you got Johnsy and you've got Dan bloody hating him every week, so they think he's crap. So and then he goes and kicks 3 and 2.
He did a few soft moments this year where he chickened out in the contest.
Yeah,
so
that's
he's
true.
got to get that out of his game, and he'll be right.
That's true.
Ever since he got that banana of the week on the HFD Footy podcast,
mate, you turned him around.
So. Yeah, that's true, man. You got to give bananas to more Crows players.
I think so.
That's right. And what about Texas eye injury? We're being asked in the chat.
I believe he'll be out. I think he has to get surgery after that.
Does he really?
So it was a pretty bad one. So he might be out for the season, guys. So poor Tex just copped the finger of Tim English right in his eye socket. So,
jeez.
Yeah, he might be done for the season.
That's no good. Johnny Carlton, what did you make of the last game of the round?
Wow. I believed in the Adelaide Crows, and this was my bold call of the week.
It was.
So I tipped the Crows. And I said, I don't know, I didn't watch the game, but I said my other bold call is that the Big Bear will kick 5. How many did he kick?
Fogarty kicked 5. I think Phil Ford kicked 2, I reckon.
Hey, that's close enough. The Big Bear, I love the Big Bear, mate. He's becoming one of my favourite players to watch. I'm telling you right now. I get excited when I watch the Big Bear. But I as I said, bold call. I just had a feeling that the Crows were going to get the job done, and I said that the bad doggies were going to turn out this week, and guess what? 9-18.
Yep.
The bad doggies arrived. So, Norton looked rubbish. Jamara just wasn't himself this week. As I said, Adelaide just ran over. As I said, they just played like a whole team, the Crows, and, they outclassed the doggies. So, opens up the door, like Jay Crom said, for the likes of Carlton, Hawthorn, Essendon, Collingwood. But, the Big Bear, I reckon the Big Bear is going to cause trouble in the showdown next week. I reckon he's going to... Yeah, mate, mate, Big Bear.
If he shaved his beard off, I'll be very disappointed though.
Oh, mate, if he shaves his beard off, he's getting my last banana of the week for the year. I'll tell you that.
Gee whiz, there we go. Well, the chat's going off. Thank you guys for the chat. You might have noticed that I got the little bubble chats going again up the top. So I've been popping the chats up the top as well. And Rochelle beat Essendon. He sure did, Boston. Yep, he did. When the Bulldogs beat Sydney, it now shows how poor Sydney are at the moment. They were just a all round good side. Like they played really well. They outplayed the Bulldogs. So well done to the Crows. No, I'm not a Crows sympathiser, but. I'll give credit where credit's due. So,
thank you, King.
Now, is it time for the banana?
It is time for the banana. Yes, just give me 1 second, and it is Johnny Carlton's banana of the week. And also, don't forget to follow Johnny Carlton 98 on TikTok. He has a big following over there and put some really good content out. So jump on board as well.
All right. My round 22 banana of the week. There was a lot of candidates, but my banana of the week goes to Essendon's Sam Draper.
Sam Draper.
Yeah.
That's a good banana.
I'll tell you why. Right? He not gonna lie, he played a good game. He kicked his 2 goals. He did the gun celebration. He was pissing out. He was running around like a freaking clown when he kicked the second goal. Mate, he was jumping up like they've won a flag. And then the last 10 seconds, he had the game on his hands and he couldn't even chase down a slow backman. And that turned out to be the losing game. And Mac Andrew took it and then won the game for the Gold Coast. If Draper just ran like a clown like he did against the goal and tackled the other guy, Essendon would have won. So, mate, it's all funny when you're running like a clown when you kick a goal, but when you're running to keep your season on the live, you just give up. So, Sammy Draper, you won my round 22 banana of the week.
There we go. So load up on Draper because he's going to have a blinder this weekend after Johnny Carlton gives him the banana. So.
Bruce, I've already given Carlton my banana. No bananas can get twice of the.
Yeah, we don't. Even the king can't get a second one. So
no.
There we go.
Yeah, Jay Crom had got one early in the season, but I don't think he's done it. We told him to get a closed membership.
Next year.
Yeah, we're still waiting. So.
That's right, exactly. Yeah. Now, do you have a bowl call or a rant now or a bit later?
No, I'll do the bowl call when I'm doing the tips.
Okay, no worries. And do you have a rant this week?
No rant.
No rant. No. There's an obvious rant. There's an obvious rant, but you won't go there, so that's all good.
Yeah, you would have heard it on After the Game. That's where the rant was, on After the Game on Sunday night. If you missed it, go watch it.
Exactly right. Yep.
All right, are we doing the tips?
All right, we're going to have a look at the ladder first, and we'll just bring the ladder up.
I don't want to look at the ladder.
I know you don't. No, I know. All right. So we have Sydney in first on 60. They're 4 points ahead of Port Adelaide on second. GWS third. Geelong fourth, all on 56 points. Brisbane 54, fifth. Fremantle sixth with 50. Bulldogs, Hawthorn 7 and 8. And Carlton ninth, but all on 48 points. And then Essendon on 46 and Collingwood on 44. And we're riding from 12 down. We're all saying that they're done. They're done. It's only Essendon, Collingwood, and Carlton who could possibly get that bottom spot.
Yep, 11 teams to go. 11 teams, 8 spots.
That's it. All right. Now we're going to do our tips. So Johnny Carlton did such a good job last week. There's been a request by popular demand that he's back again doing the tips. So let's have a look at the fixtures for next week. And then you may notice that we've got Chris C missing tonight. So he's made a video and just given his tips and talked about just 2 games. And I'll play that video after we do our tips today. So, all right. So we've got Essendon and Sydney.
All right. Let's kick it off.
Let's go.
Friday night at Marble, the Clowns, the Mac Daddy Andrew haters, the Bombers, go take on the mighty fighty Sydney Swans. King, the Bombers, can their season be alive, or do you think the Swans are going to go, nah, we'll see you in 2025?
Nah, they're done. Sydney Swans will come out. They're back in form again, and they will beat the Bombers by 24 points.
J. Crom, are the Bombers alive, or do you think the Swans are going to end their season?
I think there's one more breath left in the Bombers, and they get the 4 points.
Wow.
Wow.
Against the Swans. Well, you already know my answer. I'm going the Swans.
Going the
I
Swans?
think that's been gone. So, yeah. All righty. Next game. Saturday, we kick it off. Can Gold Coast look at Petrarchus cooking and get another win? Or do you think the D's can inspire with Petrarchus staying at the club midweek? It's the Gold Coast versus Melbourne at People's First Stadium. King, Gold Coast back home, you think they're going to get the win, or you think the D's are going to get another win before the season ends?
No,
What do you reckon?
I think they're going to be on a roll after the away from home win. Confidence is a marvellous thing, and Gold Coast over Melbourne. Melbourne have got a bit of turmoil going on at the club as well. So when that's happening, they don't play well. So, yeah, Gold Coast for me.
J-Com, do you think Maxi Gawn's shiny bald head can get them over the line?
No, I don't think he can. I think Melbourne are cooked and the Gold Coast get another win.
Beautiful. All right, the next 1:45 game, which probably everyone will be watching. It's the Orange Tsunami back in Sydney taking on the Freo Dockers. King, must-win game for Freo. If they lose this, they're out of the 8. Do you think the Dockers can survive, or do you think the Orange Tsunami is going to go another week?
No, I think the Tsunami is going to continue to roll on, and I'm going GWS by 2 goals.
J-Crom, the Tsunami?
Yeah, Tsunami for me. Fremantle are in trouble. They've got the wobbly legs. They're going to lose.
And I'm going the Giants too. Now, Saturday night twilight, the 2023 Grand Final rematch at the MCG. Can the Brisbane Lions get over their fear and beat the Pies in Melbourne, or do you think the Pies are going to give them what they saw last year in the final week of September? King, the Lions or the Pies? Can the Pies hang on to 2024? Can they get the win, King?
No, I think we're going to see a couple of teams go out, and I reckon Brisbane, if they didn't have that loss last week, then I would have said Collingwood at home, but I think Brisbane are going to turn up. So Brisbane for me by 18 points.
J. Crom, have you ever heard of a magpie swooping a lion? Do you think it's possible?
Man, I think this is tough. I think Collingwood, hanging on by a dear thread. But I think Brisbane get revenge in their grand final. I think they put the nail in the coffin in Collingwood.
Well, I think Mick Dacos is going to hear a big roar from the Lion, and I think the Lions are going to beat the Pies too. So we'll see you in 2020. We'll see you in 2025, Collingwood.
Yeah,
all right.
I think they're going to win.
Now, the game of the round, I reckon, the biggest game in Adelaide week this week.
Yeah,
it's the Derby, the real Derby, apparently to Adelaide fans. The Power take on the Crows. King, you're an Adelaide supporter here and there. You're also a Port Adelaide supporter here and there. So, King, what is it? Is it the Crows or is it the Power?
It's the Power. Power at home. They've got the home crowd. And the Power have to stand up. Look, their seasons, they need to beat the Crows. It's all about confidence going into the finals. So I'm going to go Power by 14 points.
J-Crom, last time this happened, Chris C was wearing an Adelaide scarf. Remember that, mate? Can it happen 2 years in a row?
And bro, they're playing the Crows at the wrong time. We've got our strongest team coming out again this Saturday. And I'm sorry, Port fans, we're going to wipe you.
Well, I believe in a bear, and I think the big bear's going to get him over the line too. So I'm going the Crows. I think the Power's going to be shut down after Adelaide Oval. So I think the Crows are going to run home. Now, the other Saturday night game, though, no one will be watching.
Nobody.
Unless you're a St Kilda or a Geelong supporter. King, can the Cats survive their top 4 spot, or do you think the Saints can ruin it? Can you think Ross the Grinch can take the Saints away from their top 4 spot?
No. I think the Cats are going to fix a top 4 spot, and Saints aren't good enough. The Cats for me by 19 points.
J-Crom, is Geelong locked top in the top 4, or do you think the Saints can ruin it, mate?
Every time I pick Geelong, they seem to lose. I don't know. So, but I reckon they will win this one. They should beat the Sainers. They've got heaps to play for, so I'm tipping Geelong.
Beautiful. All right. Now, Super Sunday. The Bad Doggies take on North Melbourne. King, you saw North Melbourne last week. You saw Bulldogs last week. You think North can cause an upset, or you think the Doggies are going to win this and remain in September?
I think they can. Look, they're both at their home ground, so there's no advantage there. I'm gonna go North by 6 points.
Wow. Well, J. Crom, your team absolutely demolished the Dogs. Do you think they can bounce back, or do you think North can cause an upset like the King just said?
Well, news coming out is Tim English isn't going to play this week, so they're coming up against the most informed ruckman in North Melbourne, Zeri. So that could be a big plus. North play really well at Marvel, but with all that being said, Bontempelli plays for Bulldogs, and I think they win.
Yeah, I agree with J. Crom. I think the good Doggies will show up this week, and I think the Dogs will take over the win in North Melbourne. In a close one, I want to say this. All right.
Just before we go, Chris Coyne's just given us a super chat. Keep smiling, Johnny Carlton. I'm with you, buddy, for this weekend. So thank you, Chris, for the super chat, and we really appreciate your support.
Beautiful. Love that. Thank you, Chris. All right. Now, Sunday, 3:20. They're calling it the Flag Hawks. Can they take down the Tigers, or can the Tigers cause an upset, King? What do you reckon?
No, the Hawks are marching on. Another big flogging coming for the Hawks.
Wow. J-Com, do you believe in Flag Hawk?
I'm not sure about Flag Hawk, but I do believe with what King said, it could be a flogging coming. Richmond, they're already at the beach, as they say, and it could get ugly here for Richmond.
Wow. King, time to get it up.
Right. Bold call of the week.
That's what she said. Bold call of the week.
Tell me, man.
Here we go. Johnny Carlton's bold call of the week.
Oh my God.
I don't know. My gut is telling me that the Tigers are going to beat the Hawks in a close one. It's what my gut's telling me.
Jeez.
It's what my gut is telling me. I think the Tigers are going to get one last win.
You witnessed it firsthand, bro. The Hawks.
I know. Everyone's gonna call me clueless, mate. Everyone told me last week that Adelaide was never beating the Dogs. But guess what happened, mate? The bold call, mate. It's a bold call for a reason. I think the Tigers are gonna get the job over the Hawks. I don't know.
Bloody hell.
Shit. There you go, guys.
Boston's with you as well. Boston thinks that they're doing it as well.
Beautiful. See, it's just not me. I like that. Now, this is going to be a hard watch. Sunday, 4:40. We finish it off. Harley Reid and his troops take on the injury blues. King, do you believe in Carlton? Do you believe in Cripper? Do you believe in his army? Do you think Carlton are going to beat West Coast in Perth, King?
Jeez, I don't know.
It's scary with those injuries,
I don't know. So many injuries. No forwards.
Do you think they can beat West Coast without Charlie and Harry? We've never seen Charlie and Harry out for 3 years.
Never.
Last time that happened, we lost by 60 points to Adelaide.
Look, I'm gonna stick firm, and I'm gonna tip Carlton by 60.
Why'd you have to say that, man? They stopped them up last week.
Don't say that. You said that last week, and look what happened.
Oh no! Sorry if I'm putting the mocker on the team, but let's go. Let's go. Bit of positivity.
Well, breaking news: West Coast just beat Carlton this week, so good on you. So, anyways, J. Crom, do you think the Eagles can get one last home win? Do you think the Blues are done? Do you think they're washed? Do you think the injuries have come at a bad time? What do you reckon?
I just think somehow, some way or form, Carlton just get up here. I think it's going to be ugly, and they're going to find a forward line that's just going to be enough to work for them, and it's going to be close, but I think they just scrape it just to keep their season alive.
Wow.
So Carlton for me.
Wow. I think this is going to be probably the worst game of the round. I think there's only going to be like a total of 10 goals, 5 goals to each team. I reckon it's going to be a close game. But I believe, I think Free are going to lose. I think they're going to drop out. I think the Blues, I think they're just going to give me a glimmer of hope one more time in 2024. I know, no Charlie, no Harry. They're talking about Wiedering full forward. Mate, bring me Wieders full forward any day of the week, mate. If that's what it takes to make us finals, bring down Wiedering in the forward line. So I believe in my boys. I'm Johnny Carlton for a reason, so I'm going Carlton in a close one. But don't be surprised if the Eagles beat Carlton. I'm telling you right now, I will not be surprised. So either I'll be crying on Sunday night, or I'll be laughing. So there you go, guys. Round 23 fixture.
Wow.
It is the best time to probably
Johnny Carlton.
Yeah, well done, Johnny.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are missing Chris C. He's normally the host, and I've had to fill in, and hopefully I've done as good a job as he does. And but we do have a video from Chris. He's going to tell us. He's going to talk about a couple of games. He's going to talk about the Port game, and he's going to give you tips. So we're just going to get that up and running now, and yeah, enjoy.
Go watch this.
Oh, shit, too.
All right, guys. I'm talking
Look how he starts that Port Adelaide intro.
only. 2 games only. First of all, Melbourne.
Is it lagging for anyone else?
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
MCG Saturday night. It wasn't our best performance.
It's lagging bad.
Port Adelaide didn't play their best. They didn't play like
I can't hear him.
they were
No, I think the video's too
week
big.
before. Sydney,
Melbourne, you are lagging too much.
I can't hear him.
It's pretty bad, man.
All right, we're back.
Chris, we didn't get any of it, man.
Yeah, just type your tips in the chat, and yeah, sorry about that. Looks like the video's too big. So yeah, sorry about that.
One job, King. One job.
One job,
The
and
host told you to do one thing, and you couldn't even do it.
that's all he said as well. Yeah,
I think
know.
it's fair to say that he thinks Port's going to win.
I think he does. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, wait, I've got, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Chris C has given a banana of the week. King, you are Chris C's banana of the week, mate. So
I am.
yeah, just got breaking news. You can't even do one video.
That's right, and also being a de facto Crow supporter as well. So he's been giving me shit all week about being a Crow supporter as well. So that's
Hey,
double banana. Double banana. There we go. All right, guys, that's been a good show tonight, and thank you for joining us. Thank you to everybody in the chat. The chat's been going off tonight, so thank you to everybody who has been with us. Really good banter and feedback from everybody. We really enjoy you coming into the show. I will be out of action this weekend. I'm moving house, so the boys will take care of things as far as watch-alongs go, and make sure you join us. And thank you to everybody who last week gave us our biggest views and our biggest likes on one video for HFD Media. So we got over 2,000 views. So thank you guys for the support. And if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be where we are. But the channel is growing. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I also want to say, I think there's a rumor that Dougie might be doing a watch along this week.
Is that true? There we go. Whoop whoop. There we go. That'd be good.
Dougie. Uh-huh.
There we go.
She's making a debut. Wow, here we go.
All right.
How good's that?
There we go. We'll keep you posted as we she'll do a watch along. There we go. Yeah, so thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to everybody watching along. Thank you, Jay Crom, for joining us. Thank you, Johnny Carlton. It's been a good show, and we will see you next week. I'll be back on Tuesday after my relocation to a new suburb in Melbourne. So we'll see how we go. And
Boston's got a couple questions if you guys want to let him.
where you go? You want to do the
Boston,
thing?
what questions have you got for the boys, man?
Guys, one quick. I gotta go.
Be quick, Boston, before we wrap it up.
Yep. Ask your question.
Quick.
He's probably trying to type as fast as he can to get it out.
Well, at least
I'll post the video for HFD. Oh no.
Yeah, Johnny's waiting, Boston, if you want to quickly write it.
That's right. Yep. We know. Write your question.
Yeah, take care, Zakal. Thanks
Take
for coming
care.
in.
Thanks for
always,
coming
man.
in.
You're one of the OGs from the beginning, mate.
That's right. Exactly. Yep.
Boston quickly whips out this. I think it's directed for you, Johnny Carlton. So
It is.
Yeah. Jesus.
Johnny, are you going to do a watch along?
Me, a watch along. Oh, I could. I've got to speak to. The boss, Chris C. But yeah, we can make something work. I'm pretty sure.
Just not for Carlton. He can't do Carlton.
No, it's too emotional. So yeah. No, thank you everybody. Johnny Carlton, J Crom, thank you for joining tonight. Thank you, chat. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you for watching along.
Yeah, thanks, chat.
And we will see you next time. Take care, spike your hair, and as always, stay hunky.
Stay hunky.
Stay hungry.